We get two games tonight on Monday Night Football, Chelsa. The Vikings also visiting the Eagles. I know that because I glance here at our screen. I see Matt wearing his Eagles jersey. Is that right? Is that Devontae Smith? Yes, nailed it. Eagles laying 2.5 points. The Eagles minus 140 the money line. The Vikings plus 115. Total set at 50.5. I'm going to bet on this game. I'm going to go Eagles first half money line. I think the Vikings come out and they're going to have to adjust to an absolute raucous crowd. And I'll just say it. It's been a narrative that maybe is a little bit unfair, but Kirk Cousins in prime time, he started off, he had lost his last 9 games in his career under the spotlight prime time. He's won his last 2, but both of those, Chelsea, were against the Bears. So it doesn't necessarily give me confidence that he has turned the narrative around. Am I being unfair? Because as much as we've talked about over the years, the national media has talked about Kirk Cousins being a guy who doesn't get it done in prime time in the postseason. There's also been a lot of articles recently that, look, to be fair, he's had some great regular seasons. He puts up great numbers. He's been very good in spots. And so maybe we're leaning into this narrative too much and not giving him a fair shake.
I think also it depends on who he has at receivers. Like, can you really be that bad when you have a whole host of offensive weapons that are some of the best in the NFL? Like, how many of those primetime games did he have Justin Jefferson? Because that guy is a cheat code. Because I think that's going to be one of the key matchups here, just because if you look at cornerback receiver matchups, the Eagles actually have some really good corners, at least on paper. Darius Slay is supposed to be good. But here's the thing about Justin Jefferson. It doesn't seem to matter who's covering him. I would say maybe do some shadow coverage because whatever the Packers did certainly didn't work. And he had 17 targets. My goodness. It was just Kirk Cousins relying on Justin Jefferson. So maybe we will see that again. But circling back to the Eagles in this overall game scope, we have seen this number go from, 1.5 or 2, all the way to 2.5. As we're seeing money come in on the Eagles right now, 68% of the money is on the Birds at home. And speaking of trends, the Eagles have won 4 of their last 5 Monday Night Football home games. So I think that's probably a good angle, especially when I would call that very much a home field advantage when you are playing in Philadelphia.